Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lisa, I'm in my studio and today I'm decluttering. It's a little bit scary. I haven't actually deep cleaned and decluttered this room since the summer. And bearing in mind I'm in here every day. I work from home. This is where I run my business from, as well as where I have all my creative kind of playtime. So it's a very, very well used room, and I keep it tidy, but the problem is I have excess stock arriving every month and I don't have the space for it. That's the problem. I have a kit company, in case you're new to my channel. It's a monthly kit. I'll link up below, so there's a video explaining what it is, and that also explains how I use this room and why I have so much stuff as well. It can be overwhelming. I need to sort it out because I feel so much better when it's truly properly organized. I want to kind of set up like a bit of a YouTube area here so I can do my videos from here, because at the moment it's just messy and I don't like it. I'm going to run through a few things with you first, and hopefully this will help you with your own decluttering. I have made a list. Surprise, surprise, I do love a list. I've gone through and I've worked out which areas in what order I want to tidy, clean and declutter. Actually, cleaning will be done at the end, but how I want to declutter. I generally do this. It always helps. You work in small stages. That way the whole project doesn't seem overwhelming, and then even if you get interrupted and you don't actually finish today, if you've ticked off a few of these, you actually feel like you've achieved. Whereas sometimes if you haven't actually finished on the day that you start, you feel like you haven't completed your project and that you've failed. Hello, Poppy. Poppy dogs come to say hello. So this does actually help, and I like being able to tick something off. I do like that. Cute stationery helps as well. I'm going with the Disney notepad. I'm going with a lovely rainbow pen and some cute Mickey Mouse highlighters because they're just so cute, and that helps too, obviously. Next thing is separating everything into areas. I think I'm going to be doing a lot. The kitchen leads into my studio, or rather the kitchen comes off the studio, so I'm going to be using that space as well, because I think some of the things I'm going to be pushing out there and I will sort them later. A charity bag came through the door this morning, which is perfect timing to be collected and then get left outside the door in a couple of days. I've also got a couple of other baskets as well for anything that maybe needs to go into other rooms. One of the things you don't want to be doing is being distracted. That's the major problem, I think, when you're doing like a big declutter. If I go upstairs, chances are one of the kids might call me away, Ada might call me away, or I see something else. I'm so easily distracted. So it's important to stay focused and stay within your area, so I can then put things into these baskets that maybe need to go into other rooms without actually having to go to those rooms yet. I've decided actually, whilst I'm doing my desks, I will clean those as I go. I've also got myself a drink, and I am burning something really nice. I am burning a pina colada wax melt. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. It smells of summer in my studio. I love the smell of lovely light things in here. It really helps motivate me, and I've opened all the windows as well. It feels really nice. So I'm going to show you some of these areas in here that need doing, that need some attention, and then we're going to start in on the first item on my list. So as I walk into the studio, this area definitely needs some TLC. This is where I keep moving all my stuff around. I've got a section there for DIYs and bits and pieces I've bought. I've got some storage bits. I've still got stuff from my previous business, my wedding business, that I still haven't sold. It's still kicking around. This area is slowly building and getting worse every month as I go on to the next kit, the old kit then just piles up here. So I've got loads of previous kits, so I will be going through this area as well. This is my scrapbooking area, or was my scrapbooking area, so this needs a tidy. And when I said about all the excess stock, that's these baskets here. I've run out of space. All the excess papers, postcards and bits and pieces, because I have to have them printed in such large bulk. I have so many of them. I have too much now and I can't actually keep them up there anymore. So I think I'm just going to have to be really, really ruthless and just get rid of loads of those, because I can't stand having these baskets on the floors anymore. First thing on my list though is to get rid of these boxes. These are from orders that have come in. I've got new paper, I've got notepads, and I've got some flat pack boxes. So let's get those ticked off the list. And 2 other tips when you're decluttering. My phone is on silent. I'm going to put that out there. And I've turned my PC screens off because I don't want to check I don't want to check Facebook, don't want to check my emails. And I've ticked off the first item on my list. The next item, or the section I'm going to do, is round by the doorway, and I've already given this a thought. The first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to be getting rid of one of the easels. I ordered my daughter an easel a few years ago. She did art GCSE and art A-level, and they accidentally sent us 2 by mistake, which was fine. They said to keep it, but we had 1 each. She doesn't paint anymore, and I've got 2 easels behind the door, which is an absolute pain. So 1 is now going to be going to the charity store. Yay, I have space again. I have actually just moved it out into the kitchen area for now, but at least I can get the Hoover and give it a good clean. That looks so much better. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, the first 3 items on my list were done really quickly, and I kind of do that on purpose so that I can kind of get underway, get some things ticked off, and you feel like you're achieving really quickly. You're like, yeah, I've got this. So it's a really nice feeling. So don't go setting yourself like this mammoth task that's going to take you like an hour. Literally, those first few jobs I've done, and they've taken me like 10 minutes. So that's really nice. And I'm now going to work onto the planner desk area. So that's here. I'm going to have, actually, do you know, I'm going to have a good sort out here. I haven't done that for a while, and this area needs a bit of a tidy. It's not too bad, just needs a little bit of a reorganise, a little bit of a declutter, and a bit of a clean. I keep all my washi, whoops, and my punches and that on here. I love it. It was like a tiered cake stand. I'm running out of space for the washi though, so I think what I'm going to do, I've got some rings here, but I quite like having pegs here, and you can hang the washi off the peg, so I might do a few more of those. And actually, I no longer need the twine in the top there. The twine tends to live in those baskets, so I could actually put more washi in there as well, I think. Then I've got these little plasticky bowls as well, which I use. So I've got like for my brushos, I've got some confetti, I've got some sequins, but I've also been keeping like washi and odds and ends in here. So I think I might also find some new homes and reorganize this. Although everything outside of the studio I'm just placing outside, anything I find inside of the studio I am putting inside its home straight away. If I were to place things that need to be rehomed in the studio in a pile, like those accessories, I could then end up with a 20-minute job after I've finished doing here, whereas me just literally moving them from my desk into the drawer there, they're done and dusted, and it's taken me seconds. I now go through all of the pots on my desk. I go through all the pencils, go through all the pens, checking everything and being really sensible with what I keep and what I don't need to keep, and also creating a donate pile. I've actually ended up spending a lot more time in this area than I expected, but I'm really pleased. I've done loads, and to be honest, I haven't cleaned and decluttered in this area for a very long time, so I will show you what I've done. I've actually placed the washi into little dishes, colour coordinated, and then up here I've got all my main rolls. I've got lots of like the Simple Stories rolls, these are all the full rolls, and lots of Cocoa Daisy. I've then got a few hanging here. I have used the pegs like I said I would, and I've used 4 of those. Just quite a nice way of adding on a bit of extra storage, and to add big book rings is another way. And I've got a load of binder clips on there. Then sorted through my punches. I've got the ones I use quite regular in that middle one, and then I've got loads of little punches in that one. Then gone through all my pots. I've separated them. These are my favourite pens, the uni ball pens. I've got all my scissors and a ruler in there. Pencil pot. Holly did this one in a pottery class for me. This little mug here, Louis bought me when he was about 6, so I keep that one. That's biros. And then the little bucket at the back, I've got like metallic pens, more kind of specialist pens, craft knife, chalk pens, that kind of thing. Then I've got brushos. I've got my Prima ink pads here and dabbers, that kind of thing. And then I've got all the other pads, the ink pads there. I've gone through those. I've thrown loads of really old ones away. And at the back there, you can just see I've got those ones, but I don't use them that often, so they're fine at the back. And I can just pull out the scissors and that as and when I need them. Now going to go on to this section here, where my planner area is. I was thinking about using an old pickle jar. I always keep old jars for like clips and things, but I think it might just be a bit too chunky, and I might just use my little dishes. I recently bought this one in Poundland, which I really like, and I think that would be quite nice. Gone through this little gloss as well with my pen, so I'm actually having a really good tidy up. I also want to go through this little stand. My mum bought me this jewellery stand ages and ages ago, and I tend to just keep clips and things, so I'm going to go through that as well. Something else to tick off the list. The planner desk is clean and tidy. I am so pleased. I've just cleaned and stripped the lot. I'll give you a proper tour at the end, but I'm really, really happy with how this is going, and I've managed to get rid of quite a lot of stuff as well. I've got a bit of a disaster area here, but this is unfortunately something I can't do. That's where the gas meter is, or whatever it is, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's the gas. Bearing in mind it's been like this since 2003. We always used to have the meter read until we now don't have to. Came out a few weeks ago and said that my door has to come off for health and safety reasons, for ventilation. Never actually closed properly anyway, so it's come off, and I don't know what to do with that space now. I try to hang a yearly planner, but it hasn't worked. Let's not look at that bit. This bit's all tidy anyway, so, and all the drawers are clean and tidy, so that's good. I don't need to touch those, but this area, the scrapbooking area, does need some good reorganization. I think I'm just going to move things over. I think I'm going to pile up what I need and what I don't need. Tidied up this area. It hasn't actually taken very long. I've got two planners here. I've got a daily memory keeping, which I'm really rubbish at, and my recipe planner, which I'm okay with. And I'm actually going to move them over back to the planner section because they've been sat in the scrapbooking area and they don't really belong there. And this area looks so much nicer now. And I did end up using that pickle jar in the end as well. And this homes all my cute little planner clips. I think again they look quite pretty sat on the desk in that. I'm now moving on to my main desk area. To be honest, there's not too much to do here. Just going through some piles of admin and bits and pieces, tidying up my tray there with my pens and things like that, so this should only take me a few minutes. This area here is now looking much tidier. I've got rid of so much built up rubbish, old letters that I don't need. That's all tidy. I've put everything into organised pots. I really like these type of pots. I've bought them from Tiger. They're really cheap. I think like £1 something for a pack of 6. I've got quite a lot of those that I like to use. They're really good for storage. I've got all my scrapbooks and memorabilia at the back of my desk. And here is like my filing cabinet for work. And this was piled high with books, so I've cleaned all that out. I've got some larger boxes here that I use and gift wrap at the back. This area here I actually completely decluttered last year, and that has actually stayed nice and tidy, so I'm really pleased about that. I'm now just moving to this area. I need to clear out some of these baskets. This is where I keep all of my papers for work. I'm going through all the monthly embellishment postcards that I have. I'm clearing those out, trying to group them all up together. I've got odds and ends of old kits, and I'm actually going to see what I can keep, what I can get rid of, and see if I can thin some of that out to create more space. This is everything right now that I'm going to be getting rid of. I've ended up clearing out one of the drawers, and you know what it's like when you start decluttering, other things happen. I think I'm going to end up going through the rest of these and decluttering my ribbon as well. I have actually managed to streamline quite a lot, and I've now got 2 empty baskets. I've got all the to-do lists in there, but now I need to find homes for all this lot, or at least streamline it and find homes for what I'm keeping. So this declutter seems to be going on forever. I'm now going under this desk here. I forgot I've got loads and loads of boxes of more patterned paper, so I'm just going through this. Keep all the bubble wrap and everything else under here, but I've still got I think 3 baskets of excess stock that I've got nowhere to put. I'm going to be using it on the sale kits. I do like bargain boxes. It will be around the May time probably. It's just a really good way because I've paid for the stock already, so it's a good way of bulking out and just putting some random kits together to sell. So I've got 3 boxes and I want to get them under here. I've got the baskets underneath, but I've now got all this to get rid of. So that's under the desk. All the boxes here are all the old photos from my grandparents. I've got passports, I've got all their The box, I've got all the marriage certificates, everything, so that's all theirs. I've then got the baskets there from excess stock, and that side is all packaging that I want to keep and a few Royal Mail sacks. I reuse all the packaging, so anything I get sent I do reuse, and when I get a big bulk of it I then put a message on our local Facebook community group asking if anyone wants loads of bubble wrap and all that kind of thing, because there's only so much I can use, and I always get somebody instantly wanting the bubble wrap and whatever I've got, so it's quite a good way of recycling. So I'm glad I've got that space done. I have though found more papers, so I need to find homes for those now. It's now nearly 5 o'clock. I've been at this since about 11 o'clock this morning. And I found these wires as well under the desk. I have no idea what they're for. I'm really tired. I think I'm going to call it a night in here. I am gonna box up everything that's on the sofa because that's all to give away. I've got a couple of friends that are primary school teachers, so when I declutter they get all my excess papers and things like that. Do also want to do this cupboard. I think I'm going to do the cupboard with the tissue paper in tomorrow because I can't actually close the doors. So I'm going to do inside that cupboard tomorrow. That is all about to be boxed up to donate. This area with all the boxes in, I'm going to go through that tomorrow. And I've started boxing up the ribbon, but I have got drawers and drawers and drawers and drawers and drawers of ribbon, and boxes out in the kitchen area as well of ribbon. So I'm going to go through those. It's all left over from the wedding business and I just don't need it all anymore, so I'm going to go through that because that could actually free up a lot of space in my drawers, which would be really, really handy. But I'm going to have a tidy up. I am going to hoover in here as well. So day one, I've got this that I'm donating to charity. And I've also got rid of all this packaging, and that's just papers, boxes, and they're the donate boxes to my teacher friend. Right, it's day two. I've really had to get myself in this room today. I really haven't felt like decluttering. I've added some things on my list as well. I mentioned the tissue paper cupboard, which I'm going to go through today. I've added decluttering my project boxes. The fabric squares, I've got 3 fabric boxes there. They are all full of like projects that I want to do things with, where I keep things. So I'm going to declutter through those as well. So I'm going to go through the ribbon drawers and just empty them out. I'm using these baskets here to separate things. These baskets are so good. You'd have seen them around in my studio. I use them all the time. I like to kind of have matching baskets. These are from Wilko. I know you can buy them in other places as well, but I've always bought them from there. The larger ones are £4. They go larger even still up to £7, and I think the smaller ones, which I've also got, they are £2, and they're just really, really good sturdy baskets. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to have donate piles, and then I'm going to keep some of my own because I'm always using them for crafts at Christmas time, birthday gifts, that kind of thing. And I'm going to separate them kind of into themes and colours and organise them that way. Are you ready for the ribbon reveal? There is a lot of ribbon, and bearing in mind I actually sold boxes and boxes of the stuff last year. This on the top is everything that's going. There's a lot of it. And this is what I'm going to keep. I've really, really narrowed it down, and these are all the kind of fancy patterns. I was actually thinking about putting some boxes together. I've just filled this box. It's like a small parcel size box with ribbon. Obviously, some of them are obviously used. Well, most of them obviously have been used to a certain extent. But obviously there's some new ones in there as well. But I am just filling them up with all different colours. And you've got all different varieties, so if anybody wanted to buy a box, this one here is brand new, let me know. I was thinking another brand new one there, £10 for the box with £3 for postage. Let me know. Obviously that's UK only, and there is so much ribbon in this box. Some of them are Beresfords as well. If you don't know Beresfords, go and have a look. They're really, really expensive. But if you would like a box full of a whole mishmash of colours, widths, you've got satin, you've got sheer ribbons as well. There's so much in here. Let me know, and I will send you an invoice for the £10 plus the £3 postage for the box of ribbon. I have just emptied these baskets and I've gone from, I think, 8 drawers down to 3. I am so happy. I've got all my colours in here. I have to say, while I'm down here, just add, I love these Ikea drawers, but one problem is when you get something at the back, you can't lift them out. They have to actually be physically taken out, which is a pain. I love these cupboards. They are super, super deep. I've had them, I've got 2 of them. I've had them in my studio and I bought them, I think, from Argos. They were so, so cheap, and I've had them in here since about 2004. I love them. I mean, they're a bit tatty. I have thought about actually covering them, so maybe I should do that because I don't want to get rid of them because the cupboards are really, really good. They're really deep. And did you hear that? Very full. There we go. But the reason I love these deep cupboards is because they home my tissue paper so well. So I'm going to take out what doesn't really belong in here. Like, I've got my old recipe file. I've been transferring recipes from this one into my new recipe file. I've also got a lot of bits of tissue paper that I can't use, where I've cut down for kits and they're no longer usable. But rather than bin them, what I do, I box them all up, and they go to my teacher friends because kids love using these for collage. So I try and throw away as little as possible in this room when I'm decluttering. It gets donated to teacher friends. So this is the tissue paper that I am donating. And this is my very, very tidy tissue cupboard. Very happy with that, all nicely organized. And there I've got a couple of canvases that I want to upcycle, and that little stash there is where I'm collecting for giveaways. I think the next one will probably be a 5,000 giveaway, so it might be a little way off. So but I'm collecting there anyway because I want to do a nice big giveaway. So I'm really pleased. I've got 2 more things to cross off my list, and the next thing is the ugly box behind me. I've got scrapbooking like stand here where I've got 12 by 12 layouts to be filed. I need to actually go through this now and actually see what's in this box. The storage basket is empty. I just need to shake that out. I've got a few bits and pieces here. I've just been going through all the kits that were stacked up. These are all bits that I've been using, so they're like partially used sticker sheets. So I'm going to give all that to my 10-year-old niece. She'll love that. And these are bits that I've taken out of the kits, which I can use in sale boxes. So now that's all cleared, I've put everything away. I'm on to the final thing, which are the boxes behind me. And I'm actually, that storage basket is now empty. I'm thinking between the 2, because I keep like all my DIY projects, things that I want to use, and I'm actually going to put some of the same DIY projects that I want to be doing in the next few weeks in that basket, just to remind me what I've got. So I've got upcoming projects now in the basket by my desk. I always keep jars. Glass jars are so handy for so many different things. So this is a basket full of glass jars that I've washed up, different shapes and sizes. This basket is cotton. It's embroidery hoops and just gift boxes that I can reuse as well. This one is canvases and frames and books. Some of the bits I've found in like charity shops to upcycle. I have officially crossed everything off this list. I am so pleased. So that's really good, but I'm going to do something else. I am going to have a quick go through these drawers here. I actually bought these little storage baskets from Poundland. They're £1 for 2. Really, really good price, and they kind of match my other baskets that I've got. But I bought them for the reason of going in the drawers, because I think they will be really, really good for my stock, and then I think my studio will be done. And now to vacuum the floor as it's covered in tissue confetti. So the room is now finished. I am really, really pleased. Everywhere looks so much nicer and tidier. My husband's going to put that door back on for me. It never closed properly anyway, so there's ventilation. So that's not an issue. And this room always used to be somewhere that we would hang out, have a coffee, or the kids would sit in here and study whilst I work. Because of the clutter and all the build-up of stock, we haven't been doing that. So I am very, very happy. Everywhere feels really nice and clean, and I ended up actually decluttering areas that I didn't think I was going to do as well. So I'm really, really pleased. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video today. I am so happy that I've actually done this room. It may have taken a couple of days, but it was really, really worth it. And I actually ended up achieving more than I expected to. Those Wilko baskets, the Poundland baskets are absolutely brilliant. And the fabric baskets, actually I forgot to show you. I will show you those now. These fabric baskets here, and also at the top there, they're from George Asda. I absolutely love those. And the box storage baskets behind me, they are from Wilko too. So I will link up those if I can find them below for you. I've had them for a while. I'll link up the storage below so you can go and take a look. Let me know if you have enjoyed this decluttering video, and let me know if you have a room to declutter as well. Have you recently done any decluttering? Everyone's doing it this time of year. It's always that kind of spring clean feeling. Let me know if you have a room to do as well. Let me know if you would like one of those ribbon boxes. I will cram as much as I can. So leave your comment below, please. Like I said, £10 plus the delivery in the UK, and I will fit as much as I can into a box for you. Thank you so much for watching today. I have got a Disney video tomorrow to share with you, and I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye. I meant to ask as well, would anyone be interested in a studio tour? I've never actually done one in my studio, but I obviously video from here all the time, so you get to see quite a lot. But let me know if you would like a full tour, and just to see what's in all the cupboards, on how I store things and keep things like that. If that interests you, please let me know. Thanks again. Bye.